Have you ever experienced synchronicity or divine timing? I want to share a cool story of synchronicity with you. Back in the mid 90s, I was working part time, 3 days a week, in a call center for a bank in Los Angeles. It was a call center of about 100 telephone agents, randomly getting calls routed to them from customers calling from all over the United States. My mother was living 2.5 hours away and she owned a retail store. Now, my mother wasn't very interested in where I worked, so she had no idea of where I worked or what my job was. That's a whole other story. One day, while I was working at the call center, I got a routed call from a woman from a retail store who was wanting to verify a check that she had gotten from a customer. So back in the 90s, people wrote checks to retailers, and the retailers would often call the bank that the check was drawn on to verify that the customer has the funds in their account. This woman who called me didn't have an account with the bank that I worked for, but her customer did. This woman had no need to tell me her name, which she didn't. She just needed to tell me the customer's name and the customer's account number so that I could let her know if there were enough funds or not. When I answered the call, I just said my first name, and the moment I heard her voice, I knew it was my mother. Remember, she didn't tell me her name. It's important to understand the seemingly random nature of this event. I was working a part-time 3-day-a-week job. My mother had no idea where I was working. She happened to have had a customer at that moment who had a check that happened to be drawn on the bank that I happened to be working at. The call routing system happened to have routed her call to me out of 99 other agents, and she didn't give me her name. So anyway, I said, "Ma'am, are you?" And I said her name, and she was very confused how I could possibly know her name when she never gave it to me. I said, "Mom, this is your daughter Kim." And she still wasn't catching on. She didn't recognize my voice at all. I kept repeating myself, "Mom, this is your daughter Kim. I work at the bank that you're calling." After about 2 minutes of this, she finally got it. And then this set off a complete uproar of laughter between me and my mother for about 5 minutes. And my coworkers thought I was completely nuts for laughing so loud, but they had no idea of what just happened. This was the perfect example of synchronicity or divine timing. That whole event was meant to be. Plus, this showed me just how sensitive and connected I was with my mother's voice. So, have you ever experienced synchronicity or divine timing? If so, I would love to hear your stories. So, please post your stories in the comments.